All right. Can you state your name and status?
My name's Greg Shire. Presently work for a judge in the Court of Common Pleas in Lehigh County. I work for court administration. I'm a retired fireman and retired deputy sheriff.
All right. What sort of crimes do you encounter on the most part?
In reference to gangs,
Yeah.
I believe it's crimes of violence, like assault, simple assault, aggravated assault.
I see.
There's a lot of theft, robberies and theft, drugs, and then, of course, homicides.
Oh, wow, yeah. And what do you think is the best way to fight or prevent these, crimes and attacks?
Well, I think we need a little bit tougher juvenile probation.
Mm-hmm.
Right now in Pennsylvania, our juvenile probation is geared more towards the soft touch approach, to try and bring the kids around.
Yeah.
I think for some of these gang kids, they're so street smart and street tough that they need a little bit tougher love when they're juveniles.
Yeah, I got you. And do you think gangs are more prevalent nowadays or in earlier times?
Well, I have to say now because, I mean, just based on my job, I get to see it every day. So, you know what I mean? Like, I get probably one gang member every day in our courtroom, for some reason or another. So, and I know they're spreading. I know there's a bunch of gangs in Allentown now, and then they're kind of spreading out around the area, like Whitehall, Caddy, Easton, So I would say now.
Okay. And why do you think teenagers or young adults join these gangs?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. Well, I think when they're young, it's a couple reasons. They're usually from, broken families, tough family life as they're growing up, a lot of them. And then where they live has a lot to do with it. They go out, and instead of going to play basketball, they end up meeting other gang members. And I, just they want to be included. They want to be part of something. Like when we were young, even when you were younger, you wanted to be like on a baseball team or a football team. These kids, they want to be on a team, but unfortunately it's gangs.
Yeah, looking for acceptance.
And frankly, it's easy money for them. I mean, they sell drugs or, steal, and they get money, and they have a lot of money in their pockets, and, that's alluring to these kids that kind of grew up with nothing.
And where do you think gangs, thrive the most or have, the biggest impact?
What do you mean,
what kind of areas do you believe?
Well, I think the bigger cities, of course, Los Angeles, New York, Philadelphia, they got the big sects of the gangs. The big Bloods are...
Yeah, the Crips and Bloods.
In the big cities. And then what you get in Allentown is offshoots. You get Bloods, but, they're not quite as prevalent as in the big city. I believe the Crips are based out there in Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken. And then we get the offshoots around. And then in the littler towns, say like Caddy, maybe even like Newtown Square, outside Philly, then you start getting these, we call them wannabe gangs.
Yeah.
You just get a bunch of kids together, and then they call themselves something, and they align with one of the big gangs, but they don't actually call themselves. There's one in Allentown that it's called the 2ND, because they live on 2nd Street.
Mm-hmm.
And little things like that. So in the cities mostly, but they're starting to spread out because, of course, the police are always looking for them.
Yeah. So how many gang members do you think you've encountered in the past 2-3 years, or on a daily basis?
Oh yeah, yeah. And since I've been with the judge and with the sheriffs, probably
Multiple every day.
70, 75 to 100.
Mm.
A lot of times it's the same ones keep coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lastly, do you think the government's approach to fight gangs has become stronger or weaker in the past couple of years?
Say that again, Ben?
I said, do you think the government's approach to fighting gangs has become stronger or weaker in the past couple of years?
I think it's become stronger. I think with technology now and the police, law enforcement's ability to get on social media and kind of track these guys and keep in touch with what they're doing, because they like to put their stuff up on social media again.
Yeah.
At least the gang up this way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I think it's more sophisticated now, law enforcement-wise, that they catch these guys. So I would say it's tougher now.
All right. Well, that's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Okay. If you need anything else, like I said, I can hook you up with if you need more for your report or something. But that's good enough. Good.